Kia ora, my name's Kristy Austin. I'm the head teacher at Birdwood Kindergarten in whānau in West Auckland. I've been doing that job for the past 3 years and been working for kindergarten, Auckland Kindergarten Association for about the last 8 years, I think it is.
Before this training, had you had any previous training in working with children with trauma, include refugee and non-refugee related trauma?
I haven't had any training with children from refugee backgrounds who have trauma. I have done quite an extensive internal evaluation for the last sort of 18 months, 2 years on trauma-informed teaching practice. A lot of that has been sort of self-led, and I've found workshops to do online. I've read a lot of background research. I've read a lot of books on trauma. So I have got quite a extensive reading background on supporting children from doing a trauma-informed teaching practice, but I haven't had any formal training.
How has the workshop been helpful to gaining a better understanding of the refugee journey pre and post arrival?
Well, I've gained a lot about the refugee process. Like I didn't know anything about that process really. I didn't know that it was a refugee or an asylum seeker, so that was really interesting for me. And I found it really interesting to see how the process that they went through for those 8 weeks and what the ECE Centre, what the Early Childhood Centre, what practical things they did and the sequence of the things that they did in order to prepare those families and those children to go into the education environment in New Zealand, to go and have a successfully transition into these schools.
How has this changed the work you do with refugee background Tamariki and their whānau?
There's not a lot I think that will change sort of day to day. We don't currently have anyone that I know of that comes from a refugee background. That's not saying that they don't have refugee backgrounds, it's that I'm not aware of. But I think it has prepared me for if we are approached and a family do come who have got a refugee background, that one, where to get extra information from, what reasons are out there, some good questions to ask. We already do a lot of the strategies about supporting families to settle and to support trying to lower the anxiety for families. So there's a lot of strategies we use that I think will cross over for refugee families. However, I think having an awareness of that background and the process they would have gone through from coming through the centre, really, it's like knowledge is power. Having more of a knowledge about what they've been through in terms of that process in New Zealand really will help us to have the more successful, for them to have a more successful experience with us at the Early Childhood Centre. Something key probably is the 5 routines that Ruth talked about, making sure that they really focus on those routines, things like toileting, making sure that they are aware of some challenges you might have through there, making sure that you're very, very clear on the way that you communicate with people, and the use of translators as well, to be able to have some key phrases or some key things like signing in and making sure that you've got something where that's translated into someone's home language, not necessarily written down, but that they can listen to the words to explain. May feel like a simple process of signing in, but is a really important and administrative process for us in kindergarten and can easily be an opportunity for big misunderstanding. So that's probably been another good thing.
Would you recommend a workshop to others?
I would definitely recommend it. It's been an absolutely fantastic day. I really think that trauma-informed practice is so important to what we do. I don't think that as ECE teachers we're getting enough of it. I think that, and it can be, there's lots of the techniques like the breathing techniques, the understanding, sort of thinking about what happened to a child rather than thinking what's wrong with this child. That's not just for refugee backgrounds, it's for a lot of children. It could be even from a child who wasn't from a challenging background, just what happened to you this morning, not what's wrong with you, why are you misbehaving. So it helps to shift the way we think and the way we problem solve and the way we teach. And I think that trauma-informed teaching is a really important part of my teaching experience and my team's teaching. And I think it's something that I would always advocate for more and more training on it. So I think today's been amazing. And I think that it's been really, really useful, really, really fun, really, really informative and interesting. And I would definitely recommend it.